That night wasn't just a fight. It was the moment Mexico and Puerto Rico placed their two monsters in the same ring to decide who ruled the war at 126 pounds. On one side stood Wilfredo Gomez, Bazooka, a man who had destroyed every Mexican placed in front of him, including Carlos Zarate, who arrived 52-0 and still left the ring knocked out. On the other side stood Salvador Sanchez, featherweight champion, cold, precise. A boxer so technically perfect that sometimes he made the sport look easy. He wasn't the betting favorite. Gomez was. The world presented him as the ultimate test for Sanchez. Mexico saw something else, the chance to avenge every fighter Bazooka had humiliated before. It wasn't just Sanchez versus Gomez. It was the executioner of Mexicans against the Mexican who refused to accept that role. Most people expected Gomez to march forward and begin breaking Sanchez early. But 40 seconds into the fight, the world realized the script was wrong. Sanchez timed him, measured him in a single instant, and dropped him with a clean right hand. The undefeated destroyer, the man with 32 knockouts. On the canvas before the fight had even taken shape, Gomez stood up, but he was no longer the same. The fight stopped being, when will Gomez knock him out? It became, how much punishment is he willing to endure to remain who he says he is? Sanchez didn't rush. He didn't attack like a kamikaze. He stayed exactly who he was, calm, structured, intelligent. While Bazooka tried to rebuild himself, Sanchez began dismantling the monster with terrifying patience. Round after round, Gomez did what he had always done. He moved forward. He never stopped throwing combinations, never stopped searching. He didn't know how to retreat. But this time, every step had an answer. Every attack found air, a block, or a counterpunch. Mexico watched from their screens and saw something deeper than victory. They saw the executioner of their idols receiving for the first time in his life a beating. The 8th round was the verdict. Gomez, almost blind from swelling, still tried to advance, not because he could win, because pride would not allow him to stop. But Sanchez had already found the rhythm. Clean combinations, straight punches, hooks to the face again and again, until Gomez staggered against the ropes, almost falling out of the ring. The referee counted. Gomez rose, but he was no longer a champion defending dominance. He was a man holding together what remained of his pride. Sanchez finished it with another barrage. The referee stepped in. Knockout. Round 8. That night, something bigger than a record fell. The undefeated streak collapsed. But more than that, an idea died. The idea that no one could stop Wilfredo Gomez. Because that night, the world learned something boxing never forgets. Power can build a legend. But sometimes all it takes is one night with Salvador Sanchez for that legend to kneel.